Do you know how a tiny island with no natural resources went from a struggling port to one of Asia's wealthiest and most developed countries in just a few decades? Today, we're diving into Singapore's incredible transformation story. So, let's get right into it. In 1965, Singapore separated from Malaysia and became an independent country. But independence wasn't a joyful event, it was a necessity. Singapore faced immense challenges: high unemployment, a lack of natural resources, a small land area, and an incredibly diverse but divided population. With a population of around 1.9 million, Singapore was struggling to survive. Its unemployment rate was soaring, and poverty was widespread. The question everyone was asking was, how could this tiny island survive? Enter Lee Kuan Yew. This man, Singapore's first prime minister, is often credited as the architect of modern Singapore. But what exactly did he do? Lee Kuan Yew and his team had a clear vision. They wanted to turn Singapore into a global hub for trade, finance, and technology, and they took bold steps to make it happen. The first step? Economic reforms. Singapore had no natural resources, so they decided to focus on attracting foreign investment. The government offered incentives to multinational corporations, making Singapore a prime location for manufacturing and trade. Thanks to these policies, companies from around the world started setting up factories in Singapore, and the country's economy slowly started growing. The iconic Port of Singapore became one of the busiest in the world, fueling economic growth. But Lee Kuan Yew knew economic growth would be impossible without eliminating corruption. Singapore's government implemented one of the world's strictest anti-corruption policies. The results? Transparency became a key part of governance, and investors felt secure. Now, growth is impossible without a stable society, and that brings us to Singapore's housing and infrastructure revolution. To address the issue of slums and housing shortages, the government introduced the Housing Development Board, or HDB, in the 1960s. Under this program, affordable public housing was built at a rapid pace, giving citizens safe, clean, and modern homes. Singapore's success wasn't just about buildings and companies, it was about people. Recognizing that education would be key, Singapore invested heavily in its education system, emphasizing English as a common language while respecting cultural diversity. This focus on a high-quality education created a skilled workforce, making Singapore a center for finance and technology. Today, Singapore's education system is often ranked among the best in the world. And now, when we look at Singapore, what do we see? A country with one of the highest GDPs per capita in the world, a global financial hub, a world-renowned port, and a tourism magnet with attractions like Marina Bay Sands. Singapore's journey shows that even the smallest nations can achieve greatness with strong leadership, vision, and a dedication to growth. From a struggling island to a global success story, Singapore has become Asia's #1 country. So what do you think? Can other countries replicate Singapore's model? Comment below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos.